wins.
Let me go back. Let me check storage information. On the storage part, I have the main storage. The main storage here is SATA information, serial actor, empty. Then PCIe information, which is Samsung, PCIe SSD. It's actually 1 TB. And I have another PCIe SSD again, 2 of them, both of them are empty. So this is actually making me ask the question: Can we actually have 4 SSD slots on this single system? And it's not so big. That is making me to be inquisitive. I think I'm going to open this. I'm going to open it. So let me just put up the system. I'll put it up. I want to check this. Let's take this now. Okay. So I'm going to open the system shortly, and we'll see. Okay, on this part I'm having C, factory C, factory C, but I'm going to open it for the purpose of break this in. I plug this in already. So this is the first time I'm opening this up, and you can see with the dots that we have here. The good thing about the system is I wanted to confirm, because I'm inquisitive, for how is this system going to have 4 SSD slots. I have, this is one SSD slot, this is another. Let me check if we have more. It doesn't look like we have more, and I'm sure we cannot insert it at the bottom. So I don't think it has forms. Maybe it was just recorded on the BIOS, or it's somewhere. Maybe it's somewhere I don't know about. But this is 2 SSD slots, then the RAM slots, and the RAM slots. Yeah. So I'm supposed to just, clean up this dust. Now see, it's gonna work better. Then the last thing you want to see again is fan 1, fan 2, fan 3. They're not special. This is actually. I do all those before inserting the screws. Last screw, what? I have to take it back. Let's begin the video properly. The first thing I would like to check out on this laptop is the FN function, the function keys, what they actually do. So I'm going to put up my sniping tool. Let me just record my screen so you can share it with me and see it. So the first thing, of course, is the escape key, the F1 key, there's no other function there. Then the F2 key. The F2 key is actually, when I press F2, nothing is going to happen, so I need to hold down the FN key down here, then before I punch the F2 key. So what the F2 key is doing here is the projector selection, when you want to duplicate your screen, you want to extend, or you use the screen alone. So you have that option. So just the same function as Windows P, So that's what the F2 key is doing. Then you also have F3. Under the F3 key, you have something very interesting. Your mouse, once you hold down the FN and tap it, your mouse will not work again. This one is working because it's external, but the main mouse won't work again. So anytime you discover your mouse is not working, like not moving at all, then you might want to suspect that particular button, F3. So you hold down the FN key again, then press it, so it's working again. Now the next one is something that really disturbed me as the first time I, purchased or used an MSI laptop, one MSI laptop. This F4 key is actually carrying a camera logo, symbol, and I did not take notes on time. So let me show you what it was giving me, the stress it was giving me then. I've actually pressed the FN key plus F4, and at this moment now, let's try and pick up the camera, the laptop camera. See, so it's going to bring out some options. Yes, you see what it's telling me now. It's saying check to be sure that you connected and installed it properly. That it isn't being blocked by an antivirus software, and quite a number of things. Now, a lot of the time, when you see this kind of complaint, you just ignore, or sometimes just read the beginning and don't finish it. So there was a time I purchased one MSI and the webcam was not working. I tried. I did all I could, but at the end of the day, I had to purchase a new webcam for it by opening up the system. When that one arrived and I inserted it, you won't believe, the webcam still was not working, and I was so surprised. I was like confused. At the end of the day, I just gazed at this FN combination piece here, and I saw something like a camera, and I was like, wow. Immediately I pressed it, like I'm doing right now, the camera came up. So this thing I've just taught you is something you can see. The camera is up right now. So this thing I'm just showing you right now is it's life saving. Sincerely, it's life saving. So that's what that key will do. There can disable your camera and also enable it at the same time. Okay, closing that. Now the F5 key here is for airplane mode. I think you already know that for the wireless. The wireless, that's what it's meant for. F6, F7, I can't really fathom what that is for at the moment. I've not had time to check it properly, so but I might check later. Then F8 key is just to increase the speed of the fan in case you are doing something very heavy. You are doing something that demands a lot of GPU tasks. So immediately you punch on the F8 key. I don't know if you can hear that sound. The fans begin to speed up at a very high, highest rate, the highest rate. Then I'll press that same FN, then the F8 to stop the noise. So that's what it is meant for. And of course, F9, F10, 11, and all, you understand those ones. They are just the brightness and lower the brightness, increase the brightness, and all. So let's leave that for that aspect. Now, let me quickly go on to what are the things that this system can do. What are the functions, what are the tech on the system. Okay, a minute. Okay, so I'm coming to my benchmark, the Geekbench application. The Geekbench is showing me quite a number of things, but let me just quickly run my CPU bench and let's see if it comes up. It's saying it encountered an error. I don't know, I always have issues with this CPU benchmark. It's having an error. I don't know what's wrong, so I won't spend so much. I'll use another application to see what the capacity is like. Okay, then the next thing I want to show you here is the GPU on this system. That setting, for you to get to that setting, you need to come down to, see the way I did this. Let's go to system information. It's carrying nVidia GeForce RTX 27 with mass-Q design, version 581.29. So if you want to download it, you want to take note of that version. Then the system information for the GPU. Now the CUDA core here is 2304. That is quite high. Then the RAM is 16 gig. Then the GPU card is actually 8 gig dedicated graphics. So since it's carrying anything RTX 2070, 2080, they're always 8 gig dedicated. But one thing I don't like about MSI again, it's just as if they are trying to, reduce the cost. For God's sake, an 8 gig dedicated system, why should it be carrying 16 gig memory? And to even worsen the case, they actually made it 8 gig, 8 gig, 8 gig on each slot. Why not just 16 gig on one slot and leave the other slot so that the user can expand it easily without spending too much? That is something I don't really like. 8 gig on this kind of system, it is not, that's not in place. That's not something I like, because I can confirm that it has not been opened before now because of the seal that I just broke. So let me use my HW monitor to actually check out the voltage, the CPU voltage, the CPU temperature and power. Now at the moment you can see that it's actually a Core i7. The voltage on it at the moment is 1.0, 1.2. It's fluctuating in that manner. This is a heavy laptop, so it has to be like that. The one, if you check some of my previous video, you see some of the GPUs that show you 0.9, 0.8. So temperature is 7584, just fluctuating, degrees Celsius. And the power at the moment is showing us is taking 23 watts, some 18 watts. It's fluctuating depending on what aspect. The short power max 35 watts, 135 watts. The max peak power 163 watts. That is huge. So it's showing you that the system is actually working even when we have not started running huge applications on it. Okay, so we have a couple of other details, few other details that you might want to check. Now to pause the video to see these details. Okay, let me quickly jump to nVidia GeForce temperature. The temperature for the GeForce at the moment is 61.8 degrees, and the output is 71.6. The power 29 watts. Okay, so we have quite a number of information that you can actually check out for yourself there. Okay, so I'll quickly leave this. Let me check out something else. Okay, I want to check out the battery strength for this system, this particular one. For you to check out your battery strength, I have a couple of applications I can use, but at the moment the application is not coming up, so I decided to use the inbuilt one that you have on Windows. So if you want to do that, you press your Windows R key, then you put in CMD, as you can see, CMD, then enter. So with this, you can put in power CFE / battery reports, then type in enter. What you're going to do here is just to copy this link that is sending to you. Then you want to press Ctrl C to copy it. You need to copy it. So once it is copied and you paste it into your browser, it's going to give you this. So at the moment, I'm having the design capacity of the battery to be 95,000 mWh. Then the full charge capacity is 58,809. If I do the calculation here, 58,809 divided by 95,000 mWh times 100, that should be giving me about 62, maybe 61 point something percent. So the battery here, the percentage, the percentage, for us to quantify how good it is actually 60. Let's just say 62%. Is 62% good. So that is still fair. That's fair. Okay, so I'm going to close that. I'm closing this as well. Then, okay, let's check out what the details on the system is like. Now, the CPU on this system is actually a 10th generation for i7 10750H. And of course, any GPU, any system with a GPU always carry that H. I mentioned it earlier. Now you also have it at 2.6 gigahertz. On this system, you have one socket, of course. You have six cores, then 12 logical processors. For you to confirm the logical processors, let me quickly confirm that to you, in case you just want to see those details. That's what I'm doing under my device manager. Now, processor, you can see that. So these are 12 logical processors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The remaining should be 6. That should be 12. I think you get it. Now, the memory is actually 16 gig. 2 of 2. That's what I checked at the beginning of the video. I don't like that design. I don't like. It should be 16 gig at least. One stick. 32 gig should be there. Normally you should have 32 gig. 32 gig is fine. Okay. Now the disk on this at the moment is 1 TB storage, 1 TB. Then the GPU, of course, is RTX 2070 with mass Q design. So the embedded GPU, of course, is just one we can ignore. What is the size right now? Let me see. What is the size? I can't see it. I know it should be 128, so let me not bother so much about that. What is the thing left? Yes, the resolution on this system is as well 1920 by 1080, and it's a lot. It's actually a lot. So that's the resolution. Then the advanced display. Wow, I'm having 240. I've never seen a laptop with this hash rate before. The refresh rate is huge. Every single system I've done on this channel, I've reviewed on this channel, the highest has been 144 hertz. So let's do some. It is 240 hertz. I think this is big. This is huge. So if you want to consider, MSI, MSI Stealth, the GS66, just as this one, for this reason, because there are people who need systems and they want to check this. 240 hertz. That is a lot. So let's quickly ask ourselves a few questions. Regarding the functionality of this system, or who are the set of people that can use the system. First, I think animators will like this. Number 2, programmers that are into software development. You need high-end systems. This is very, useful for you. You might also want to consider, of course, architects, they are always welcome. Structural designers, you're always welcome. Oh, who else? Other set of people. Those set of guys that are into serious video editing, high-end, a lot of video editing, maybe cinematography, or those that shoot some form of skits. This is going to be, that kind of PC you are looking for. So let me quickly do one last thing on this system. Now, for this system, I'm going to showcase, how it responds while playing a particular game or some games on it. And let's see that refresh rate, that we saw, 240 hertz. Let's see if that refresh rate is actually what it is.
Round one, fight!
One punch is all I need.
Round two, fight!
Your soul is weak.
Final round, fight!
I'm pulling rank. Shut up and color.
Finish him! Fatality. Jax wins.